I will have to read my statement since it'll be very short. I am the Commissioner of Education for the state of New Hampshire, and I'm opposed to this particular bill, and I'm opposed to any bill that takes away the right and the authority of local control in our schools to do best practices. My appearance today is very distressing given the fact that we are in our 7th year of discussion on the Common Core state standards. I was appointed by Governor Lynch in 2009, and prior to my accepting this position, 2 years of active work had gone on throughout the entire state, including parents, the Parent-Teacher Association, teachers, our professional organizations, curriculum specialists, relative to the Common Core, looking at our own state standards and our alignment, including working with other states in New England in the NECAP assessment. Many schools in our state are in their 4th year of implementation. Others are in their 3rd, 2nd. Thousands of teachers, leaders, parents, and school boards have committed to improving standards in public education. These stakeholders are confused by how a small, loud group of misinformed individuals continue to distort information regarding Common Core state standards. Make no mistake, these standards raise the bar in our state with regard to teaching and learning. They have been studied, analyzed, reviewed, and now are part of a common language of teaching. I find it shocking that any discussion focused on raising standards and improving teaching and learning would get so much negative attention. The public is confused. Citizens look to us to lead and support their children. We are not in the business of managing school districts. We are charged with supporting our schools to move forward in a time when transformation is taking place in public education. The goal is helping all children to be competent and career and college ready. With the motive of preparing citizens to support our country and our state, improving our state economy, quality education is the #1 reason people reside and migrate to a state. I am grateful to our business leaders who see the critical relationship between better standards in public education and a thriving economy. With this said, I once again want to communicate the facts for the public record. Schools are not required to participate in the Common Core standards. Regardless of the testimony you heard today, there has never been, from the outset of this looking at the Common Core, that any school district in the state of New Hampshire is required to follow them. However, to their credit, they have made the choice to study them, integrate them into their own standards, with definitions and visions for their schools. I find it interesting that now a group is trying to control by asking for laws preventing the participation and allowing schools to make a determination on what's best for their community. It flies in the face of local control. Districts have their own implementation strategies and may request assistance from the New Hampshire Department of Ed for technical assistance. The cost of any best practice implementation resides with the school district. There is absolutely no indication that this best practice will have a significant impact on financial elements of school budgets. This is particularly aligned with the New Hampshire strategy to be thoughtful before jumping into anything. We should be proud of the mindful educators, school board members in our state that have made the decision to move forward carefully and look at the Common Core standards. These are critical facts, and all of the other distortions branched off of these areas. You have heard testimony after testimony. Smarter Balance is a new form of assessment that will enable us to see children in a different manner. How they think, how they examine, how they analyze, and synthesize information. It is new. We are piloting Smarter Balance in our state. Volunteers in our states have come forward recognizing the value of a new way of assessing children that helps to improve teaching and learning. The best experts in the nation are helping to lead the way to transformative assessment that supports the success of each child and does not carry with it a punitive element of better or worse. I find it extraordinary that an assessment that improves teaching and learning has received so much attention. Thank you. Thank you to all who gave testimony. Parents are finally involved in better understanding their children and how they will perform. The privacy issue that you continue to bring up is being led by New Hampshire and none other than Representative Neil Kirk, who has been mentioned, who leads the country in ensuring that all students and families are protected. We are a leader. Change is difficult, but we all know the face of public education must change to meet the needs of students, preparing them for a complex society in their future. The Common Core standards, new ways of assessing, changing teacher preparation programs, supporting leaders are all parts of a movement toward excellence. Issues such as timing of the test, the amount of testing, and support that teachers will need throughout our state are all within our control. And the state of New Hampshire has been the most verbal state in making sure that these tests are going to meet the needs of the children and the children we serve. Through communication, collaboration across all stakeholders, and coherent decision-making in the best interest of children, we will make our state one of the best in the nation. I attend hundreds of meetings a year, like many of you. Many of these meetings focus on the economy in our state, attracting young people to our state, businesses, corporations. They are all seeking what they perceive to be a high-quality education system. Sadly, the message prevailing in our state today is confusion regarding continuous improvement and innovation in our schools. Who can debate better and clearer standards, improved assessment, competent students? As Commissioner, I would suggest to you that these groups have created an interesting discussion in our state. Helpful, but very old now. The distortions have created greater strength among our educators and our communities. They're looking to us to lead now and move on. These issues have created distractions away from the real issues states like New Hampshire are facing: childhood poverty, the needs of early childhood, the support for young families, declining enrollments, fragmentation of our schools, the lack of a focus of a seamless quality public education system, pre-K through 20. As Commissioner, I ask you that you continue to lead our state and give clear messages to the public that New Hampshire has a quality education system and is seeking to continue to improve it and innovate it. And I appreciate all of your support.
Representative Bloom?
Yes, thank you. Madam Chair, thanks for taking the question. I have one question on the spot of balance. The testing, and we don't know who's going to grade this testing. So my question is, when these tests go in, what information has the student data, name, etc., is on the test that's going to be graded by some third party?
Absolutely no identifying information is on the test. Absolutely. And by the way, just for everyone's information, the information resides within a school district. The New Hampshire Department of Education does not have access. Any reporting that's federally done is done nameless, and it is moved forward in terms of federal assessment. We do not know any individual student.
Representative Fidel?
Madam Chair, Commissioner. I was just wondering about your statement about misinformation. Would you agree then with Secretary Duncan, who has said that critics were at best misinformed and at worst laboring under paranoid delusions? Or that when he said that white suburban moms have woken up to discover that their children aren't quite as brilliant as they thought they were?
Well, Representative Cordelli, I don't necessarily agree with everything Secretary Duncan has said. I wasn't there and I don't know the context, but I do know one thing, that the transformation of public education is absolutely critical to the democracy, and it's absolutely critical to the economy in our state, and that would be my statement.